Welcome, everybody, to the second player interview for the Runners Rising Project. I am the executive director of the Runners Rising Project, Eddie Benningfield, and we are here today with Luke Malone. Luke is one of the pitchers for UTSA's baseball team. He's gone on a little bit of a hot streak. So to his credit right now, we're looking at on their win against Seattle on the 25th of February. He pitched for 7.1 innings, had 3 hits, 1 run that ended up being an earned run, but 7 strikeouts in that time on the pitcher's mound. And then at Southern for his inning of play, got 2 strikeouts. So without further ado, Luke, welcome. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me.
Dude, thank you for coming on here. So what's going on? So what's your day been like? So I know we're relatively late into the evening, and I know were you all practicing today, or was it more school stuff?
So Mondays are typically our off day following a series, and we have a game tomorrow. So today's been kind of, I don't want to say lazy, but no practice. Total off day. There's been some class, lots of homework, of course. My sister goes to Coastal Carolina, and it's their spring break already.
Oh,
so
nice.
I've been able to spend a lot of time with her today. So it's been really cool.
Legit, man. Legit. Man. So let's get some background on you. So you're from Round Rock originally, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. So here's the real question that you're gonna get from anyone from San Antonio. Who has better tacos, man? Is it San Antonio or Austin? Choose your words wisely.
Putting me on the spot here. Gonna go with San Antonio. Gonna go with San Antonio.
Right.
I love the tacos here, whether it's just regular tacos or breakfast tacos. Big taco fan here in San Antonio.
Oh man, let me tell you about breakfast tacos. So I'm not originally from San Antonio, but I was a military brat, but I claim it since middle school, high school, college. Yeah, you get to appreciate breakfast tacos, specifically bean and cheese tacos. My ex, we ended up moving to Valdosta, Georgia in 2013. We were out there until like 2015, and like we couldn't find bean and cheese tacos. We couldn't find breakfast tacos, and it was like such a bizarre thing. Like we went into this place opened up, and it was like just a small little taqueria. So I was thinking, okay, cool. So this isn't like your Tex-Mex kind of thing. Maybe they're legit. Maybe they'll do it. And I walked in, and I asked for a bean and cheese taco, and they were insulted. So I got like a little bit of like refried beans on a taco and some queso fresca on it, and they were like, they just kind of looked at me, charged me, and like we went home. And like, okay, I guess this is bean and cheese, and you really appreciated San Antonio food from that point forward. But all right, so where's your go-to taco spot in town right now?
Oh man, I can't be giving away my spots, but lately, just the Tia's Taco Hut right here, right by UTSA.
Nice. Okay.
I love it, and they have this chiaquias plate, which is like kind of like migas a little bit. Oh, that's the go-to.
Respect, man. Respect. All right, so because we are talking about like there's the different the gastronomy of tacos. Have you had any of the kimchi tacos up in Austin?
I'm sorry, the what?
Kimchi tacos in Austin.
I have not.
All right. Yeah. So check this out. So my wife and I found a spot, and I can't remember where it is. I'm not gonna shout it out just because it's Austin. But dude, if you've ever had Korean food or whatever, so kimchi is like a staple, right? And there was this one time. So I lived in Seoul for a little bit, and drug food. This guy had lived in Austin, and he had a food truck in like the middle of Seoul, and he was selling kimchi tacos. And dude, let me tell you, like you just boil it down a little bit, like you cook it down, and it's fantastic. It's different, and you gotta kind of put like any type of like pre notions of like what tacos should be, and just right before you have it, and it's great. Like highly recommend. Go try it. I wish I could remember where the place was, but yeah, that's something when you go home you need to go check out.
Kimchi tacos, you said something?
No, like kimchi tacos. So it's
kimchi taco.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a fermented cabbage if you've ever had kimchi before, but no, man, I will say the fusion piece for Austin and for what they do with a couple of different things up there, it is money. San Antonio will always be the king period dot. That is a true statement. But no, Austin's got it has its wins in of itself. All right, so kind of going into this. So last season, you guys were close to a lot of huge wins against big time programs, and obviously, you guys had the most recent win against Stanford, number 2, which I think may be one of if not the largest win for a UTSA team over an opponent in any sport. Someone please call me on that. And it feels like, it's a huge relief for a team for you guys to finally pull through it in one of those like marquee matchups, right? So what do you think has changed with the team this season where you guys are able to close out those big wins?
Oh man, see, to me, the story of last year was one-run games or extra inning games and just not being able to finish. And then having that situation or opportunity again this early in the season with a big-time opponent like Stanford and getting to finish just kind of shows you like we flipped that switch. I think that a lot of the guys this year are competitive, and no matter like how behind we are or how close it is, we're just not going to give up. We're going to keep scratching away. Like we're going to find a way. I think we do a lot of so far, so knock on wood, but we do a lot of little things right. And just going back in my mind, I can think of like the last half inning. Sir Dashney hits a sharp ground ball to shortstop and hustles down to first. Shortstop bobbles it, but because he's hustling, he has to rush a throw, ends up throwing the ball away. So we get second. Next guy lays down a bunt, and we're safe at third. I mean, just like that. And of course, Barry hits, like something to the warning track or the wall or whatever. But I mean, those two plays before were huge. I just think the effort and our competitive nature this year is awesome.
Yeah, and it definitely shows with what y'all's record is. And then, obviously going into UIW tomorrow, if I kind of the word on the Strasa, word on the street, if it were is, the potential of seeing you guys, potentially crack into the top 25. So if you guys can pull that off, I think at some point you guys will, but it'll be kind of nice to do it on the crosstown rival if it were.
Well, we'll see. We just one game at a time.
Absolutely. Something about eating cheese. But all right, so kind of moving on. So obviously, I know in your spare time you play for the Mission. So what has that been like?
Oh, so yeah, the TCL, so the Texas Collegiate League, has a team called the San Antonio Flying Chanclas, and we get to play at the.
Nice. Okay.
We got to play at the Mission Stadium, and I loved it. It was pretty fun. Just the great coaching staff and players from all over just getting together, wanting to have some fun and play ball. We actually won the whole league. I think we went like
awesome.
I think we went. It was either 32-7 or 33-7 or something like that. Like it was really fun, and it was really cool to have like the city of San Antonio, behind us as well. And it kind of felt like the hometown kid. Like I'm just up the street, So everyone already kind of was familiar with my name already.
And I mean, y'all are repping, the Flying Chancla. Like that's freaking great. So I guess playing on that team, what was the biggest takeaway that you had from a development perspective?
So I was told by my pitching coach, Danny Graves. He's the all-time saves leader for the Reds.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it was awesome coach, an awesome guy. But the major thing I took away is what he told me is don't be too hard on yourself. Like I'm a perfectionist, so I like to. I mean, if and I'm a competitor, so I get after it. But like if something doesn't go my way, just realize I always don't show emotion. I don't like to show emotion, but just realize it's not the end of the world and don't be too hard on yourself because stuff like that's just going to happen. Just have fun.
Yeah.
So that's kind of been like my thing this year is kind of let's have more fun this season. Let's like see what we can do. Of course, like let's compete, get after it, work hard and everything. But at the same time, don't forget to have fun because I mean, this is baseball, man. This is the big time.
Absolutely. So what's probably been the biggest, can you speak about what it was that led you to committing to UTSA? Like what was the draw to San Antonio over anywhere else that, provided you offers?
So actually out of high school, I went to A&M Corpus Christi.
Okay.
And then after 2 years there, I entered the transfer portal. And I heard a lot of good things about Coach Hallmark while he was at UIW. I really liked his style of coaching. I like the mentality of, win at all costs, basically.
Yeah.
And so when him and like Coach Hallmark and the other, like the coaches got the job here at UTSA, I thought, man, that's perfect. I'm only an hour and a half, north basically. And Conference USA, huge baseball conference. Like last year, I think we had 4 regional teams, like competitive conference. I saw this is perfect for me.
Yeah. So on that, are you all looking forward to playing in the American here in 2 years?
I mean, I don't think I'll be here for
enough,
that, but I mean, with all the conference changing going around, and that's pretty exciting. I mean, I don't think I'll be here because I have this year and then next year, and I'm out of eligibility after that. But just moving to American Conference, getting like facing whole new opponents, like it's pretty exciting stuff. So the younger guys are pretty excited.
Yeah. And that'll be good. Yeah, and that's my bad. I forgot you were a redshirt junior there. I don't know why for a minute I thought you were a sophomore. My apologies on that. That's
yeah,
wholly on me. But yeah, like y'all, I think everybody's really excited to go up there. But I think with y'all, Rice obviously, and a couple of the other big programs that are going to be moving over, it's going to be a good baseball conference, I think.
Yeah. At every sport, I think like that's gonna be a legit conference.
It's gonna be super exciting, and the good news is too, like, so I'm moving to the Northeast here in about a little under 60 days, and Navy's gonna be in my backyard. Navy and Temple are gonna be in my backyard, so I'm gonna be able to go to away games and see y'all play. So I'm excited about that. Yeah. All right. So, kind of growing up, like, what got you to baseball?
Oh gosh. So actually I grew up playing soccer and swimming.
Okay. Well, what did you play? What position you play in soccer?
I was little, but I think it's called the forward, forward. I wasn't towards the back. I was like attacker, I guess. And then swimming, I did, freestyle and butterfly. Wasn't much of a breaststroker. But my cousins were into baseball big time. And I remember going to my, their house all the time. And we would always watch Texas Rangers games and all this stuff. Well, there was one week where my parents went on a cruise. And so I stayed the week at my grandparents' house. And while we were there, they basically gave me a glove and said, we're going to teach you how to play catch. And basically it took off from there, man. And I've loved baseball ever since. So I'm very grateful for that week where they taught me. I remember the first ground ball I ever fielded. I literally kicked it up to myself and caught it in my glove, and my grandpa got mad at me because that's not how it's done. So,
so grandpa definitely taught you the ropes there.
Yes, he taught me some pitches as well. Yes, sir.
Okay, nice. And then obviously the drive of competition between you and your cousins, I'm sure I definitely feel that passion as well.
Yes, it did. We got to play each other in the high school playoffs.
Oh, dude, that's awesome. So hold on. So which Round Rock, where did they go to school?
Aikens. They went to Aikens, which is kind of like more South Austin.
Gotcha. So is your grandpa the one who taught who was probably your biggest mentor when it comes to pitching? Is it him, or was there another?
Oh, it's my dad. It's my dad. It's my dad. I originally, when I first started baseball, I didn't want to pitch. I didn't really care for pitching at all. Yeah. But I remember when Roger Clemens was still playing, and so we live right by the Round Rock Express. So we used to get like season tickets and go all the time once I started playing baseball and everything. But it was a huge deal when Roger Clemens is going to come pitch for the Express. And I was like, who the heck is Roger Clemens? Like, he's a pitcher. Like, who cares? And, like being able to like watch and like pitches, I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So my dad, since then, he's helped me a lot with pitching. And even to this day, on game days and, nights before, he texts me like little reminders we have, like, make sure you do this, and just have fun. So Yeah.
That's awesome that like your dad's kind of involved with you on that, like kind of sat there from the development of your so grandparents on your dad's side.
Oh, that's grandparents on my mom's side. I'm not gonna.
Okay.
My whole family helps me, from my mom to my sister
man.
to my dad. Like, I'm not gonna say it's just one person, but you said most. I'm gonna say my dad, but I mean everyone helps me. Like, if there's no one I can play catch with, my sister will literally go grab a glove and we'll go outside and play catch in the front yard. Like,
that's awesome. It's a family effort then.
oh, it's total family effort. Like it's good.
Legit. All right. So you are not on scholarship, correct? Or are you?
No, sir, I'm not.
All right. So as a non-scholarship athlete, so how difficult is it for you to balance athletics, academics, then making sure you're able to survive, like, day to day monetarily? Is it pretty hard?
I wouldn't say it's hard, but it's kind of stressful. Not I don't want to say stressful either, but it's just in the back of your mind, knowing you're not on scholarship, so you have to find a way to pay for things. So I've become a door dasher.
Oh,
so
dude,
sometimes,
that's sick.
So sometimes in my free time, I do a little door dashing. I like, some of the tips are nice because they see me pulling up in my 1994 Ford F-150 truck, and they're like, "Wow, okay."
Dude, check this out real quick. So like, my first car, my first truck, car was a 96 F-150, and that thing like 207,000 miles. I think it dropped a piston, but we were able to fix it, and that thing was like, dude, I mad respect for the 90s Fords, because like, yeah, the whole like build like a rock thing, that is a truth.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, so you're saying that you get big tips for the truck.
I wouldn't say big tips, but maybe they just feel bad for me. I don't know, but it's just I do a little bit of door dashing here and there, but I mean I work baseball camps too, and I mean I'll just do little things here and there, and then with like they use NIL rules and getting this money, like regardless whether it's a lot or a little bit, like a little goes a long way. Yeah. Whether it's helping paying for rent or groceries or anything, like it's very appreciative. Like, it's awesome.
No, for sure. So can you talk about how much these NIL deals like mean to you? Because I know obviously you've had a couple with us. You're working with the Ancierra group, and who else are you working with?
So I'll just go like a couple others are the Pat Kleins, like the Kleins family, and the Fritz Kennel. Mm-hmm. I'm working with them, and I'm working with the Last Stand Hats, which is located in Austin. Nice. They do a lot of they have UTSA gear, even though it's located in Austin. Like, they have hats, and actually so I don't know if I'm allowed to do this, but just cut this out of the TikTok or whatever. But this is like a Mayday shirt that they sell. That's like my nickname on the team.
Dude, that's sick. No, and we will that's awesome. Yeah, we're here to help promote you. So
so yeah, you go to laststandhats.com, and it's like favorite athlete Luke Malone, and my nickname is Mayday. So this is on there. That's like a little silhouette of me pitching with like flames. So
dude, that's awesome. All right, so what's the backstory on Mayday then?
To be honest, so one of my teammates before, his dad would just call me Mayday because Mayday and Malone, I guess, kind of sound similar.
Yeah.
And I mean, I would, come in there to pitch, and like, let's say I already started, in a previous game in the tournament or whatever, and we needed help, I'd come in relief again. So he just called me Mayday. And then Coach Hallmark here, I'm not too sure, but I think there was a show called Cheers or something. I really don't know. And there was like a main character with the last name Malone, and he was a pitcher for the Red Sox, I think, and his nickname was Mayday. I think, don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And so he just started calling me Mayday as well.
Awesome. That's legit. Okay. So obviously there is life after the Roadrunners and after everything that you're doing now. So what, outside of like, you go pros, like what do you want to do kind of once you're done with your time at UTSA?
So once my baseball career is over, or once UTSA is over with?
let's say both. So baseball and then UTSA.
So whenever my baseball playing days are done, I want to get into coaching college baseball.
Nice.
That's my goal. I love baseball. I eat, breathe, sleep baseball. And I don't know, just being able to build connections with players and like seeing them, develop and then move on to other levels as well. And getting to still compete for the chance to go to Omaha. Like that's even after I'm done playing, like, yeah, why not? It seems like an awesome job. And then for after UTSA, the goal is to go pro. That's the goal.
Yeah, dude. So on the coaching piece, man, like, dude, they're truly like. So who's your mentor? Do you have like which like I guess all the coaches that you've worked with in your time playing baseball, who is the one that you look up to as like, yeah, this is the person that I want to be like, kind of on that piece?
Oh, that's a tough question. Like someone like a coach, like, I mean, I kind of already said my dad, but
was he a coach?
He did coach me at one point. It used to be pretty funny because when I first got into pitching, I would kind of like secretly look over in the dugout and he'd tell me like if he wanted me to throw it inside or outside, because we would just put down, like fastball or, slow pitch or whatever. And I look at my dad, he's like, no, throw this one inside. So my dad, but let's see, pitching coach, man, I've had a lot of pitching coaches. So it's hard to pick one.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. I honestly can't. I'm going to stick to my dad.
I respect it. I respect the hell out of that. But yeah, man. So I think that's kind of awesome that you're looking forward with that. Obviously the pros, and I really hope that works out for you and that becomes your reality. And, but from that piece of like, that leadership and that mentorship and getting an opportunity to mold people, like that's something that's really cool. Like if you have a passion for that, like, man, that so many doors open for that. And it's super selfless too, right? Because it's not about you at that point. It's about trying to take that next generation of people and trying to, kind of not necessarily mold in your image, but help people reach their maximum. And I think that's really freaking
reach
awesome.
Their potential.
Yeah. So that's awesome that you have a passion for that. Okay. So besides baseball, what's one area you want to grow yourself over the next year?
Besides baseball, like, what do you mean, like other areas? Like, so
it's like as a person, school, like where's one place else that you want to improve?
Oh gosh. I mean, there's several places. Yeah, this is bringing big guns. I mean, it's hard to pick just one area I want to improve in. Like I'm like I said, I'm a perfectionist. Everything I do, I'm going to give 110%. Like I don't want to say this word, but we can just cut this out. I don't like to half-ass anything. So I mean, with grades and schooling, I give that. Grad school, it's hard. I'm in grad school right now, and it's pretty hard, but I don't shy away from it. Like I still continue to study. I stay with like good communications with my family still. Like we talk every day. Like I reach out to people important to me. So there's that. But I'm going to go back to what I said about the chanclas. It's like having more fun, like not taking everything so serious. That's one area I want to improve in. And I don't mean going out there and being wild and partying and all of that, but I just mean like enjoying things, not taking everything so serious, if that makes sense.
No, it makes perfect sense because like what is the point? Our time is so finite on this earth. Like if you're not going to enjoy a little bit of it and all you're going to do is, worry about every little mistake you've made, it's how are you going to enjoy the fruits of your labor?
Right.
So, okay. All right. So you're a grad student. So what's your master's program in right now?
I'm in kinesiology for exercise science. And I actually just finished up a class, biomechanics. Like I just came from class.
Awesome. How do you like that class so far?
It's interesting. It's a lot of reading, a lot of research, and a lot of numbers. I mean, sometimes we get to go in the lab and we get to put like little, like electrodes on people, and like we
Oh,
get
that's cool.
and we get to see how like their body moves. You get to see like their image on a computer, and it gives you all these statistics and their efficiencies and everything. And then we have to do projects. So like last week we had to do something over the gait cycle, which is like how someone walks and if they're symmetrical or not. And so we had a guy walking in the classroom. We got to see it on the computer. It was pretty cool.
That's awesome. So when you're talking about like these, like the probes and stuff, so like that just brings images of like you seen the videos of people get like tased or whatever, the training.
Yes. Yeah. That's not, it's not that. I think it's really interesting because when I get into baseball and learning like ways the body moves efficiently and prevent injury, like, because as a pitcher, like there's a lot of, injuries that happen. Yeah. So just learning all this stuff about the way the body moves efficiently, I think is going to help me in the future for coaching baseball.
Respect it. So you were talking about pro ball for a minute. So if if you achieve your dreams, like what would be the dream team that you would want to play for?
I'm not picky. I'm really not. I'm not. I'm not picky. Just the opportunity to go to the next level. Any team.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. So obviously, like we touched on, NIL is this huge thing that over the last 10 months has kind of reshaped the landscape for college sports in America. And I think you in particular, like we've seen you in a couple different deals with different people, but so say I guess for the business owners there are different people who are looking to kind of engage in the NIL space, like what kind of opportunities would you be looking for outside of what you already have?
I mean, anything really, just as like, I'm not really picky when it comes to like, oh, I need at least this much money. Like a little goes a long way to me. A little here and there, of course, yeah. Some money, like a large sum helps big time, obviously, but just here and there helps. But were you asking like, what was like your question exactly? Like,
so I guess more along the lines of like, hey, like, is there anything in particular that you're looking to do, like nonprofit work? Are you looking into like social media influencer kind of thing? Like,
me and social media, man.
Go down to Cabo, make sure you're meeting all your metrics to get your post for a day.
So fun. Here's a fun fact. One year for Lent, I gave up social media. And I mean, this was years ago. I gave up social media. So, I mean, I didn't have Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff. But then the NIL deals came out again, like this NIL stuff. And I was like, well, I think I need to get back on it because this is a good way to contact people now.
Yeah.
So now I'm back on social media. So I don't mind doing things with social media now, but nonprofits too. Like, I really don't care as long as like if I can get my name out there and it helps a company, I'm all for it. Why not? If we both benefit, then hey, let's go.
Cool. So aside here, so instead of social media, what did you give up for Lent this year? Chocolate. Okay.
Chocolate. Yeah. Love chocolate. So.
All right. So what's getting thrown in your Easter basket? Once this is all said and done, like what are you hoping to just splurge on once Lent's over and we're in the Easter season?
I mean, we got your Milk Duds. It's nice. Whoppers too. They're kind of basic Hershey Kisses, but hey, those are nice as well. I don't know.
Nice.
Just whatever.
Yeah. So, God, last Easter. So I was in the desert last Easter, and my mom sends a care package, and she was like messaging me for like a couple of days, like, "Did you seen your mail? Have you seen your mail?" It's like, no, I haven't. Like, so finally one day I get this, like, there was this massive like box that showed up, and it was literally like an Easter basket, like I got when I was a kid, and then a bag of like goodies. So like I grabbed So my crack cocaine, if it were is Cadbury eggs and those Whoppers, those Whoppers.
Those are solid.
Yeah. So I sat there, put myself into a little bit of a sugar coma, and then like I like looked at it, like kind of looked at myself in disgust, and like ran upstairs to my airman. And I was like, "Here, y'all, here's some candy." Like, "Oh yeah, this is awesome." So my mom like fed the airfield management and air traffic control sections for Al Udeed for about a week. Or actually, really, I say a week. It was more like 12 hours before all the candy was gone. But you know, you got to kick the devil out of the house sometimes. But cool. So back on the, you're talking about, you know, kind of, I think you were talking about more like developing brand and like working with companies, right, or different businesses. So what do you want to do with, you know, the quote unquote Luke Malone brand?
See, that's the big question. But honestly, I've been trying to, I don't want to say not, I don't want to spend so much time focusing on NIL deals where it totally distracts me from my goal of baseball.
Yeah.
So I'll be honest with you. I haven't really given it much thought as to what I want the Luke Malone brand to be. I've been focusing on baseball. It's like since the deals came out, it was the chunkless season. Mm-hmm. And then after that, we had our fall ball season. And now we have the season, college baseball season. So I really haven't given it much thought, but I don't know how to answer that question, but
no, fair enough.
Sorry.
Dude, no, not at all. Thank you for the honest question. Like that was kind of excuse me. Something that, you know, we're looking for the honest answer back, and I appreciate you being honest with it. You know, yeah. Like
I can say though, like, I don't know if this has to do with my brand or anything, but if I say I'm going to do something, I am going to do it. That's like, I'm a man of my word.
Yeah. No, 100%. All right. So you're man of your word. You've got your DoorDash and your F-150 that you're using to get you a little bit of extra love on the tips.
I don't know if I'm using it just because of that. I also love the truck itself. So her name's White Lightning.
Oh, nice. What year is she?
94.
That's awesome. Do you have flames, and does it give you extra horsepower?
No, I don't. I don't, but I do have 2 gas tanks. This truck has 2 gas tanks.
Oh, no kidding. Okay, so do you take it off-roading at all, or like what's the
No, I don't.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm afraid if I did that, it might fall apart. Yeah.
Well, when it's White Lightning's time to go to pasture, I think that's probably how you need to put her out.
Just take a little off-road.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yes, sir. I agree.
Yeah. Well, hey, the 2 gas tanks right now definitely help with the rapidly rising cost of oil. So that's that'll be good. So anyway, cool. So regardless on White Lightning or whatever else, so you have your ultimate goal. And obviously we're trying to, you know, part of an NIL deal here is to give you some financial compensation for your name of your use of your name, image, and likeness. But how can the business and Santa community at large help you reach your goals?
Oh, I think just by connections, just having your name more out there and being able to see your name around, like being able to see a name around like everywhere. I'm not everywhere, but just around helps. Like, okay, well, who's this Luke Malone guy? People seem to like him. Like he must be a nice guy. So let's, just reach out to him. Let's see what he's like.
Yeah.
So that's what I think. I think it's all with connections.
Good deal. Okay. So now to the businesses and different people in San Antonio who are kind of on the fence. They don't really know about it because it's so new. What would you say to those business owners who have the potential to enter into NIL deals, but they're just not sure about it, or they don't understand the benefits? So what would you say to, like, on behalf of your brothers and sisters who are student athletes, like, what would you say to that group?
Well, I would say with how big social media is, being able to partner with an athlete who can then, use their name, image, and likeness on social media and promote a business for thousands of people to see in San Antonio. It's like thousands and thousands. I mean, and it's not like, and I don't want to be weird about this, but let's say one of my friends, does something, I'll retweet his tweet. So like my followers will see what he's doing too. It's like we have all the athletes here at UTSA we're a pretty close group. We all go to support different teams and everything. Like so we all help each other. But I would say if businesses are on the fence about it, I mean, it can't hurt really at all. Like I don't see how I only see benefits coming from it. More people noticing the company, being aware of like, okay, this company does this. Oh, they're partnered with him. Oh, they must know what they're doing or something. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Oh, that's fair enough. All right. So 2 more questions for you. So obviously tomorrow you got the, so really you ready to rock and roll for tomorrow? Nice. So I guess kind of getting into that. So obviously, what time is the game tomorrow? Where are you all playing? Home? Are you all playing over at UIW?
That's at 6 here at the Bird Bath at UTSA.
Nice. All right. So obviously we're inside that 24-hour time frame. So what kind of stuff do you do? Yeah. So what kind of stuff do you do to prepare for starting?
Well, I like to. So the night before, I like to. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't know the word, so I'm just gonna say it when it comes to my mind. Like I like to vision what I think is gonna happen. Like so, sit down actually for like 5 minutes and lay down and just think about. Vision myself tomorrow pitching, getting ready, going through my pregame routine, all that stuff. You know, the national anthem, starting the first pitch. Just sit down and think about it and vision myself doing well.
Nice.
And then the day before, not the day before, the day of, I'll have a good breakfast, watch some film. Big must for me, like huge, is the pregame shower. Like I gotta take a shower before the game. Like last week when we played Seattle, it was a doubleheader, and I pitched game 2 of the doubleheader, and it was pretty cold outside. Like it was in the 30s the whole day. And in the middle of the first game, I went in the locker room and took a shower, like a hot shower. And then when everyone, no, I was awake. I just need to get my shower. It's just what I got. It's just what I got to do. And, people would come in, it's freezing cold outside, and they're like, what is he doing taking a shower? And then, game's over with, and 45 minutes to the next one. So while they're coming in the locker room, it's my turn. I go out there to start warming up. So,
nice.
And I always kind of listen to like the same songs kind of beforehand when I warm up.
So what's on your playlist right now?
It's a wide range of music, but like my walkout song right now is "Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy." That's my walkout one. I have Bartholomew by the Silent Comedy. I've used that one before. I like listening to that. I listen to. Usually, what I do is throughout the day, I listen to country music. I'm a big country music guy.
Gotcha.
And then when it gets closer to game time, when I get out there on the field and start stretching, then we'll pick up the pace a little bit.
Okay. Nice. Dude, Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy. That is an awesome.
It's pretty sweet. It's pretty sweet.
Legit. That's legit. I'm feeling pumped now. I'm stoked for this game tomorrow. So I'm in Del Rio, so I might have to drive down and try to figure out how to come survive 90 in the deer on the way home in the evening. But dude, I'm excited for you about that. But cool. All right. So I guess so safe rounds and alibis. Is there anything that you want to say to the listeners or the viewers of this podcast?
So I do want to say, the Runners Rising project is relatively new. It's a relatively new idea, new project going on, but I see these partnerships and everything. Like the website looks amazing. It's going to take off. And I want listeners, whether it's businesses or other athletes, to really, join in, because I think it's going to explode and be like really worth everyone's time.
Dude, thank you for the kind words on that. And also shout out to Jared Kalmus for, again, the awesome website, because that thing, yeah, it looks legit. It's impressive for me. I'm a lowly history major, man. I don't know how to do half that stuff.
Well, awesome. me and technology don't mix. So when I saw the website, I was like, wow, that's came a long way.
Yeah. But no, it's we definitely have a really passionate group of people who want to see y'all as student athletes excel. So if we can put a good product forward, and it's our storefront, right? Like, it's just that's our foyer, that's our living room essentially. Come in and kind of see what's going out, and I do appreciate the kind words, because again, it's if we can help push you guys out and ultimately reach our ultimate vision of having the network of mentors and businesses to kind of reach out to not only the athletes that like you that we do deals with, but all the student athletes at large who engage with us. I think there's some really, really good things that can benefit you guys through the project. But hey, man, where can we find you on social media?
Okay, so I believe everything's the same: Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. It's at Luke Malone 44.
Nice. All right, man. Well, Luke, good luck going into tomorrow. We are all rooting for you, and obviously, but hopefully that shower pays off with another phenomenal performance, and paves.
Let's see. Knock on wood. Knock on wood.
Yeah,
knock on wood. I'm a superstitious guy.
Dude, same here. But at the very least, get you some NIL deals with some plumbing companies in town with the shower piece. So
we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, but hey, I just wanted to say thank you again for your time coming on here, and then to everyone else, thank you very much for tuning in, be that on YouTube or however we end up distributing this. But you can find us on everything as well on runners_rising. Again, I am Eddie Benningfield, and you can find me at Eddie EDDIEB1256 on Twitter. And we again appreciate all your help and support. And again, can't say it enough, Luke. Thank you very much. Good luck tomorrow. And
thank you.
Birds up, brother.
Birds up, baby.
All right. Let's see how to turn this thing off now that I'm done recording.